$15.2 billion in 2023 in the face of higher costs and weaker oil and gas prices. Well, investors have speculated that BP could this week abandon its pledge to reduce oil production by 25% by 2030 compared to 2019 levels. Well, it's already scaled back its climate plans with the target of reducing carbon emissions by 30% by the end of this decade compared to 2019 levels. All this down from a previous target of 35 to 40%. British rival Shell and other oil majors have also cut back on clean energy objectives. So a lot to discuss. We're joined by Cornelia Meyer, who's an energy analyst and CEO of the Meyer Resources, joining us live, Cornelia, from Berlin. Welcome. Just talk us, what's your assessment of this? How much is this a kickback in order to increase profits for shareholders? And how much is this being spurred on by Donald Trump's rhetoric of drill, baby, drill?
It's both. Thank you for having me, Cassia. Well, what you see when you look at BP, its returns are at about 37+%. Plus Shell is 77%, Exxon is 147%. So it's not as profitable as its peers. It trades at with Exxon at 100% discount, with Shell at about 15% discount. So BP has not been doing well. It has traditionally been much more into renewables, and the previous CEO, Bernard Looney, came with these very, very high targets. But those were different times. That was when the IEA came out with its net zero strategy, it was also just during COVID. And then came the Ukraine war, and the world really changed dramatically.
It's not arguably the only company going down this route. Shell and also the Norwegian company Equinor have already been scaling back their plans to invest in green energy. Is this now the direction of travel for these major companies in the energy sector?
Not just for the energy sector. When you look at the Glasgow Financial Alliance, GFANZ, most of the big financial institutions have opted out of it. So with the new Trump administration, the mood music, so to say, has changed. But BP is the last to change. BP has been the most aggressive to go down that route. Don't forget, it was Lord John Browne who in 1997 came up with the idea of Beyond Petroleum. So I think BP has waited the longest, has been the most aggressive on this. Plus, BP has an activist investor, Elliott, who are very effective. They own about 5% of the shares. They're very, very active in terms of telling them they need to change their ways. They want to see more profitability. And when you look, Elliott is very successful. When you look what they've done to some other companies, they usually get what they want.
Obviously, environmental groups are really worried, but some shareholders are also expressing concern. What kind of sway do you think they have?
Not so much, because it's not the big shareholders. The big shareholders, the guys who 40% of BP shares are held in America by US companies. So by US, big investors. So